So hello, this is a continuation of the previous video on how to get basically a spreadsheet template from Facebook. Okay, so just quickly go through this. I think I hit on some of this in the previous video. So everything here in this row right here, this is the language that programming language or whatever you want to call it that Facebook recognizes. So they are going to look for these headers, and they're going to say, okay, ID, that means I'm expecting a content ID number here. Now, I've been told if you leave this blank, that it will Facebook will auto generate that content ID for you. Some people like to do a sequential thing, 1000, 1001, 1002, whatever. You can enter whatever you want here, or you can leave it blank and let Facebook decide. Your choice. Okay, so title, description, availability. Now, I just pause to say, just copy and paste this stuff on your own. Like, use it on a Google. I recommend using, again, I'm a PC guy. I'm using Google Chrome and all that, so I'm very familiar with how all that works, much more so than maybe a Mac or some other type of system. But anyways, I'm using Google Sheets because it's on the cloud or whatever, and so then you can just take the link from your Google Sheets and then add it as your data source in Facebook. Now, I'm not going to get into that in this video. I may do a subsequent video of how to do that, but I'm just going through the template they provide. Okay, so just use exactly their language. Don't worry about this top row. This is for you. This is, if you remember old school README files, that's all this is information for you to help you understand their requirements for their shop listings. Okay, so this is the back end of what you're going to, of any of those like $10 to $80 a month apps. This is what they're generating. This is what Facebook is pulling from. Okay, this is how they create your listings. Description. So availability, in stock, out of stock, condition, new, old, usually new or used. Your price, the link. I'm just using the Facebook link, okay? And this can change if you have your own website or Shopify or whatever. You can add that link to that product there. And then people, which is that's actually amazing and awesome. If you have your own shop off of Facebook, that's preferred, but that costs money and it takes time to get that set up. Moving on, image link. So when you're doing this through the spreadsheet, you're using URL versus JP, .gif or JPEGs or whatever that we'd ordinarily use when creating a listing using a more manual type of app. So here you want to get the actual URL. So whether you go to eBay or Walmart or Amazon or whoever, they're going to give you, if you click on the image and then you expand it, right click, it'll say copy image link. That's what you want to do. You take that, paste it in here. Okay, that's going to be your main link image. That's for your main image. There's also one for a subsequent image. I'm not going to get into that here, but you can put more images, and I have that set up on my own files. And they have a link, they have a special wording, a column, whatever for that. Brand, just use whatever the brand of your shop, Tutti Frutti, whatever. Whatever your name of your brand is, you can put that here, or you can use Facebook, or you can use the brand that they give. I would recommend either using Facebook. Number one recommendation, use your own brand name here, okay, for all these items. Even though they're not your items, you're selling them through your shop. Google product category. I'm going to get in more into that. That's actually behind this Excel screen is the Google categories. Okay, so if you see here's the website right here. Okay, move my cursor away. That's your website. Copy that down or up here. That's where I found the Google categories. Okay, moving on. Facebook categories. I haven't found a quick or easy way to do this. Maybe there's another file like this behind me, and if somebody finds that, please post in the comments here. What I do is it's a more manual process, so I'll kind of work with start kind of creating the listing and then look at the different Facebook categories as I would be creating a listing. It's on that first page, okay? Moving on. The quantity, so you're just going to put Now I had, I typically put 5 to 10 for drop shipping. Now, if you're doing retail arbitrage out of your garage or something, you know your own inventory. You can update and change this as you see fit. Okay, we just hit on 5 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. So basically, that's kind of what each of these headers mean. I'm going to go through some of these other things in a subsequent video. Thank you so much.